Hello, welcome to OpenRose, a free and open source requirements management tool. Get it from github.com/openrose. Let me switch over to a Mermaid based flowcharts. We can now convert textual structured data into beautiful charts. And that's what we are going to leverage today. We would like to generate requirement structured diagram along with traceability indicating how our requirements are linked to each other. We want to have a complete overview of our project in the demonstration today. Let me go into OpenRose. Let's go to project. And for today's demo, I'm going to use charity fundraising project. Let's open it in the tree view and we can see the full structure whereby we see we have a pre-fundraising preparation, which is one of the item type. We also have fundraising event execution and then post fundraising activities. We know that some of these requirements are interlinked. So if I go to plan video content, which is in post fundraising activities, and here under the traceability, we can see it is linked to publish and promote. And when I go to that particular record, it has two parent. One is plan video content and engage participants and volunteers. So given that this is the project data and whereby we have the project structure and interlinked requirements, we now want to see this information in a graphical view. So what I'm going to simply do is go into export, select the project, which is charity fundraising. After successfully exporting the project, open it in Notepad. So here is the exported file which I just generated, and then let's open it up in Notepad++. We can see all our data, and mainly we are interested in the name property. So each item has name and ID. It also has other associated properties like status, priority, severity, description, and so forth. So we can pass this data today to Copilot. Let me close this and let's go to Copilot. And I'm going to say to Copilot, I have just exported data from OpenRose, which is requirements management tool, and it has structured data in the format of project, items type, and items, and obviously sub items. It also contains traceability data under item stress. I want you to convert the JSON structured data into the Mermaid flowchart format, whereby traceability links are dotted lines going from parent press to child press, with the arrow pointing to child press. The breakdown structure should have solid line links in the output generated by Mermaid tool. Please find attached the exported .json file. I'm just telling Copilot that please help me do this conversion. and I'm going to add the file. This is my export file which I just generated. Let's pick that up and send it over. So here we go. It's in a single click, it's just converting my structured data into a beautiful mermaid text. Let's pick this up and go over here, which is mermaid.live. You can just go there. It's freely available. So I'm just using the free version. And when I paste this data, okay, we have some error, paste error on line number 62. And okay, so it's not happy about these comments. So let me just remove those comments. I really don't need those comments. And here we are. We have a beautiful flowchart. This is the project. This is the item type. These are all the items. So to project, I think there is a way by which we can make it a circle. I think if I go in and say this is like a, sorry, this is a circle by putting parentheses there. Yeah, so we can see the shape has changed. This is just an example whereby we can see this information in a different form or a different shape. Okay, so that's fine. We have the full structure here and we can see exactly all those data that is available. And today we are just using Mermaid Live editor, but we can also go and implement the same in draw.io as well. So you can use any tool that you prefer for creating diagrams. Many of them support mermaid text to be inserted. So now I'm just going to use the draw.io by going into arrange, insert, and mermaid text. I'm just passing the text here, the one that we just created. And when I insert this, we have a beautiful diagram available here. Let me close this for now. We don't need that. So we have this structured diagram. I can just actually let me open the outline view and we can just go around. We can see we have the charity fundraising. It has an item type which is post fundraising, and before that we have pre-fundraising. Somewhere here we should also have yet another fundraising event execution. So we have these three types, though it's not perfectly well laid out, but now we have to our disposal all the techniques that we can use to be able to work with this data. So I'm just going to say that first of all, let me select all the vertices, and then in the settings under the property, let me just say enable folding as well as enable moving, so I can move entire set of data. So if I select the parent most and move it, it will move all the other data as well. Now let me just take the parent all the way over here, which is completely on the left side, and as we know that this is nothing but our main project, so let me just move it around. This is our project charity fundraising. And now I'm just going to say, after zooming out, let me just simply say that arrange everything, the whole layout in a horizontal tree form. So we can see here, let me just apply space of 50. So we have enough space, so we'll just apply space of 50, and we can now see everything is laid out horizontally in a tree form. All these lines are not well connected, So I'm just going to say again, now select all the edges, which is nothing but all the lines, and then let me move the outline view. In the arrange, I'm going to say reset everything to waypoint or reset everything to connection points. So now we can see a little bit more better looking graph. This is the pre-fundraising. So after finishing the project for formatting, let me now go into pre-fundraising here. I can move it further up just to make space for the second one, which is the fundraising event execution, and the third one, which is post fundraising activities. So I've just moved it a little bit up, and then I'm just going to select that item type, which is pre-fundraising, and I want to sort out the alignment of this. So I'm just going to say arrange layout and make it again horizontal tree with 50 as space. So we have that layout here. Then I'm going to go to the second one. Let me just double check that nothing is overlapping, so I can just verify that everything looks okay. So now I'm just going to say that for me, which is the fundraising event execution, again go ahead into view, arrange layout and make it horizontal tree with 50 as space. We can see now that its particular record, which is execute the fundraising event, came further down here, and it's still having the traceability link to plan the fundraising campaign. So that's the trace which we can see in the dotted line, and we have all the solid lines here. Now, because we just did fundraising event execution layout, the traceability links took the precedence. But now I'll just go further down to post fundraising activities, and again I'll just say layout and horizontal tree. So basically I'm not a great expert of draw.io, but I'm just trying to work around my way to create these layouts. So now we have all of our data available here. We can just move this further down if we don't want to come close to the second item type, but here is the third item type. Parking lot doesn't have anything, so we'll just move it outside somewhere else. And we have all this data perfectly laid out, and then my option here. Okay, so after doing this arrangements, a little bit of adjustments to how I want to see my data, I can go ahead and apply any formatting that is required, or I can export it further down. Yeah, so you can see we can make these adjustments or changes as required. So now I can go ahead and select any specific group of items, and then I can make some styling. I can change the color for them. I can now go ahead because this is a set here, so I can just simply go and select all. Oops, no, I don't want to change the line, but I want to select all these items and make it a green color, and I want to select all of this item. So let me just zoom out and just select all of these items and then make it a purple color. And this is my main item, which I'm going to make it more like a blue color, and let's just change the text on it to make it bigger. So I can make it, let's say 24. Make these objects bigger as well. So we can make all these formatting changes. If I don't want to have my parking lot, I can go ahead and delete that because there is no data in the parking lot. So here is my beautiful diagram, which is something that every product manager or perhaps business analyst would be very happy to use for communicating the overall structure, what are the high level requirements. And in fact, I can now actually go ahead and minimize each item as well. So I don't want to have everything open here. I can just close them out. So now we can only see 3 3 items here, and I can start expanding and working with specific record types if required. But when I do that expansion, you can see that I can also see how my data is linked to other records which are sitting in a different item type. Though we don't have the full link here because I've not expanded this, but obviously if I go and expand this, then I can really see the full link along with all the data that is available. So here I'm basically just demonstrating that it's very easy to convert your OpenRose data, which is the structure of your entire project, item type and items and sub-items, export it and use a tool like Copilot, who can easily convert it to the Mermaid format, and then you can use that to bring your data in draw.io or mermaid.live or any other diagramming tool that supports Mermaid as a format. And the great thing is you are not just looking at the structure, which is the breakdown structure of your requirements data, but along with that, you're also looking at the traceability. And we hope that this is going to be very useful to have holistic view of your entire data set. Now we can do it this way, or the second option is also that if you have item type or just a set of item or the baseline item type or the baseline item set, you can export any of this data in JSON format, convert it into Mermaid structure, and visualize the Mermaid diagrams. And you can perhaps also compare your Mermaid diagrams in other tools as well. The whole idea today was to explain to you how easy it is to create your Mermaid diagrams and then export them out. And obviously from here you can generate either HTML output or PDF output or JPEG output, PNG output. You can share this information with other team members. If you use mermaid.live, then there is an option here that you can share this with anybody who has access to internet. So there are quite a lot of options that opens up when it comes to working with your requirements. We're just not looking at this Word document or a large block of text in a PDF file, isolated large documents, but you are converting your data, which are nothing but your requirements data, which are considered to be objects, into a beautiful structure in such a way that you can easily populate them in diagramming tools. When you have the ability to present nicely to your stakeholders, to your business owners, to your customers, to your project managers, to your team, then it's much easy to communicate about, the requirement itself, which can help improve the quality of requirement. For example, if you decide that you don't want to implement this particular requirement, which is, closure of event acknowledgement, you don't want to do that, then you can very easily analyze from here what will be the impact, what are the direct impact, what are the indirect impact. And you can also just simply say that for now we are not very sure, so we're just gonna style it with a different color, so we just mark it as gray, and we'll discuss about it later on. So let's just move on to something else and discuss other areas of the project that we are working on and things like those. But the idea here is that you have a very good visual view of your data in your preferred diagramming tool via the export that we generated through Mermaid. So with that, we are very pleased for your time. We are very thankful that you had a look at this video. We hope you will share these details with others in your team. Thank you and have a great day.